Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the language of big business. And today we are looking at enCore Energy Corp. Get ready for some news that shook up the energy world and made some investors very happy very quickly. This is a company called enCore Energy Corp, and they are in the business of energy, specifically uranium. Think of them as a modern day prospector. But instead of gold, they're digging for uranium, a key ingredient in nuclear power. They operate out in places like Texas and Wyoming, and they want to be a major player in supplying uranium for clean energy. Now, the big news here is about how they are raising money. On August 19th, they announced they plan to offer $75 million worth of convertible senior notes. What does that mean in simple terms? Well, imagine you're borrowing money, but the people loaning it to you have the option to turn that loan into ownership in the company later on. It's a bit like a loan with a side of stock options attached. And then just a day later, on August 20th, they announced they were going to offer even more. They upped the ante, as they say, and decided to offer $100 million worth of these notes. This is a significant increase. It tells us that the market was really receptive to their first announcement and they saw an opportunity to grab more capital. When a company does something like this, they issue press releases. The first one, dated August 19th, announced the initial plan for these notes. These are like official announcements to the public, letting everyone know what's going on. The second press release, right on August 20th, was about the pricing and that upsized offering. This is where they officially state how much they are selling and at what terms. It's all about getting the money they need to grow their business, and offering these notes is a way to do it without immediately giving up as much control as simply selling more stock would. Now, let's look at how enCore Energy is traded. They have common shares, which are the basic ownership units of the company. You can buy and sell these shares. Their main ticker symbol, the code you'd look for to find them on a stock exchange, is EU. They're listed on the Nasdaq Capital Market. This is a major stock exchange, and being listed there means they meet certain standards and can be seen by a lot of investors. They're also listed on the TSX Venture Exchange, which is a Canadian exchange that's known for supporting smaller companies with growth potential. So what does all this mean for enCore Energy, this filing, a Form 8K, is basically for reporting major events that shareholders should know about. In this case, the big event is their fundraising through these convertible notes. They are essentially securing a good chunk of money to fund their operations and expansion plans. This could mean more exploration, more development of their uranium mines, or perhaps even acquiring new assets. The filing also lists exhibits. These are the actual documents supporting the report, like those press releases we talked about, and also something called the cover page interactive data file. This last one is formatted in a way that computers can easily read and process the information, which is great for transparency and for financial analysis tools. The exhibits confirm the details of those announcements. Exhibit 99.1 contains the press release from August 19th about the initial offering, and Exhibit 99.2 contains the follow-up press release from August 20th announcing the increased amount. It's normal practice to attach these key communications to filings like this. The report is signed by Robert Willett, who holds important positions in the company as Acting Chief Executive Officer and Chief Legal Officer. This shows who is officially representing the company in these important disclosures. The date on the signature page is August 20th, which makes sense as it's the day after they announced the pricing of the notes, and they would be filing this report to make that information official. Now let's talk about what this tells us about enCore Energy. They are a company in a vital sector. Nuclear energy is becoming more and more important as countries look for cleaner power sources. Uranium is the fuel for these nuclear power plants, so enCore Energy is positioned in a growing market. The fact that they were able to raise $100 million so quickly and that the market responded so positively to their convertible note offering is a strong signal. It means investors have confidence in the company's future and its ability to execute its plans. Convertible notes are often seen as a smart way for companies to raise capital because they can appeal to a broader investor base and offer debt-like features with the potential for equity upside. The company gets the cash now, and investors get the chance to convert to stock if the company does well, which can be a win-win. However, it's always important to remember that this is a company in the mining and energy sector. These industries can be volatile. Prices for commodities like uranium can fluctuate significantly based on global demand, political events, and new discoveries. There are also always risks associated with exploration and production, like unforeseen costs or operational challenges. Looking at this from a Warren Buffett perspective, we want to see a company with a solid business model, a competitive advantage, and competent management. enCore Energy is in a sector with long-term tailwinds due to the clean energy transition. Their ability to raise significant capital quickly suggests they have a compelling story and a management team that can articulate it effectively to investors. The key question for any investor will be their execution. Can they translate this capital into successful uranium production and profitable operations? The risks, as mentioned, are tied to commodity prices and operational execution. A sudden drop in uranium prices could make their current financing less attractive or even problematic down the line. Also, the process of mining uranium is complex and can face regulatory hurdles or environmental concerns that might impact timelines and cost. In conclusion, enCore Energy's recent move to raise $100 million through convertible notes is a significant development. It shows momentum and investor confidence in their strategy to be a key uranium supplier. While the long-term success will depend on their ability to efficiently bring uranium to market and navigate sector volatility, this financing provides them with the resources to pursue those goals. It's definitely a company to watch in the energy space. Alright, that's our breakdown of enCore Energy's latest report. What's your take on these financing moves and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance. Don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description below for even more insights and discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.